Hello and welcome back into Ground Branch. I've made a post on my Facebook page some time ago letting you know that the new version of Ground Branch has dropped and that will do a quick update video for you. And I know it's a bit delayed by a few weeks, but nonetheless, here it is as promised. Now, this is the new version, bottom right hand corner you can see version 1030. It's been ported over from the community test environment and into this stable game. The main updates on this is UI laid out for the customization, there's a new map, and there's a lot of graphical features added to the maps themselves, like with dynamic lighting and stuff like that. But one of the first main changes you'll see beside the version number down here is in the main menu you now have another option, and that is to host a game. You can now in Ground Branch host your own game and invite people directly into a game from your Steam friend list and into a game that you're hosting, thereby creating that exact game experience that you want. So simply, whether it's local area network or on internet, how many players you want in there, up to 8, want to do deathmatch, last man standing, training, or the regular terrorist hunt, you can say this in here. And obviously we got all the regular maps, but also this one, Creek is a new map added with a very dense forest and a few structures down the central running creek, thereby the name. It's a very fun map. It can be very challenging for terrorist hunts as well, because they are pretty hard to spot. And you'll also note as we go down the images here that some of the graphics have updated. But yeah, that's a new option. You can now host your own game, but it is invite via your Steam friends. So just take a note of that. So if you find people in game that you want to play with later on, consider adding them to your Steam list. One of the major changes is now the way you customize your operator. Going to customize your operator setup, and you'll notice instantly that the UI has changed just as it loads up here. It's now a darker background, the character is itself, but the change is how your kit is set up. Before, you were saving a complete loadout and having a few minor things change. You still have the option to change your name, your appearance, and your facial hair, and you can select those profiles and have several added. Like if you have 4 or 5 different profiles for different things, you can have them saved down here and select just the one. Also with your weapon kits, you can now select and save individually a kit that consists of your weapons, and we have this special purpose box added. Nothing is in it yet, it's not available, but something will be added to that box, and we don't know yet what that is. We can have a gear set up as individual loads, so you can save the way you want to set up your platforms and your belts and your holsters and headgear. And yes, I said belt. Belt is now added as a separate piece, and you can add a combat belt as on its own as you could before, but you can now also add it to a platform, like if you have a small chest rig with a belt and your holster. Last one is your outfit, meaning your clothes and your gloves, and you can have that set up as you want to. So first off, we select here. I have a few done. First one is my PC when it loads in. I use this when I just do test fire range and test ranges, or I have my primary one. I just fancy Ranger Green for some reason. That's probably back to my Airsoft days. Kits, I have a few different kits selected up. If I go into this one, it will select my Tan Tactical and load in. You can see here, this is my preset for usually all my running, gunning in the woods and stuff like that. Primary loadout. Or when I'm just doing the IPC thing, I have a belt with just pistol ammo. Or if I'm doing lightweight CQB stuff with like SMGs and shotguns. So now, instead of having one major profile that you have to change over, not everything changes each time, you can have your gear change as you want to, you can have your outfit saved as individuals and your weapon loadouts. So let's quickly just go with the IPC guy, and we'll do a pistol only. And then weapon kits. You can have kits of your weapons loaded out, like the pistol setup and the primary setup as you want. Like this one, I have a CQB loud setup with the HK and the Mark 25. And if I quickly want to change it into something differently, like an M4 mid to long range, I simply just select the kit and it's good to go. I don't have to worry about all the other changes. Whoops, we're going into woods. That means I can change my loadout quickly, or my outfit, and quickly gear up, because currently I don't carry any spare primary ammunition. I can just do my tan tactical, change the color, and I'm good to go. So you now have that added into it, so you can save your weapons, your gears, and your outfit individually. Another thing that's added down here is the encumbrance. It's just the first iteration of the encumbrance system, basically showing you whether a kit is light, medium, or heavyweight. It's not implemented as an increased effect yet, with the weight of your kit affecting your character, but it will be down the line. So for now, you can start messing around with kit builds and how you want your loadouts to look, and you'll also get an indication of how heavy is this going to be and how it's going to affect me down the line. Adjusting rigs and stuff like that is graphically slightly improved, but it's the same system as before, where you select what you want out here and you have slots for it around your vest or rig. Nothing new has changed there. So that's a quick view out, and personally I think it looks so much better, and I really like the thing that you can save weapon kits and gear kits and outfits individually. So if I want to change stuff here quickly and use the weapon combination that I prefer for that selected mission coming up, I can just quickly go in and tweak that individual little thing quickly. I don't have to go into select weapon, select gear, select belts, as long as I've made the presets for them. So that's a new change. So along with the host game and the customization changes, there's also the lighting changes and a few changes to the deployment room actually. So if we go into just not training. If you go into an offline game, let's select Creek for this one. I can show you that map as well. Let's do a terrorist hunt. You can preset as before here how long the time has, how many terrorists and stuff like that. We'll go on to Creek. I can show off the map and the new changes to the ready room as we go along. Right, so here we are in the ready room, and what they've done in the ready room is actually make a few changes. The rooms themselves have been made slightly smaller. If we come in here, you'll notice that the distance down to the firing range and stuff have changed somewhat, but especially the mission ready room in here is so much smaller than it used to be. It's simply just to save you time running back and forth. We have the usual ability to kit out here, but one thing that's been added to the firing range is this room, night vision range. So you actually have a dark lane here where you can go check out night vision and test out night vision scopes and night vision. One thing I didn't mention before when we were in the customized menu is there's actually been a few changes to, or additions to, the weapon loadouts. Cancel, just go in here, and in the category of DMRs, the MK100 and the K1 version has been added to the game. 20 round magazine for a NATO 762 as a DMR rifle. Currently it doesn't support sound suppressors, but they will be added down the line. We also have the FN FAL Tactical. So you had the FAL Vintage before, but now you also have a FAL with a rail system, so you can actually put attachment on the FAL for now. That's another change. All the minute changes will obviously be listed in the patch notes, and I'll if I remember, put them down in the description below. So for now, let's go into woods and just have a slight terrorist hunt. Let's take in the M100, just for the fun of it. Another thing that you'll probably notice is me running. As soon as I release the buttons, there's still a slight movement before it stops. Especially if I'm running, you still gotta move. There's added this inertia to it, so that when you run or when you sprint or when you run, it actually takes a split second for you to slow down depending on your speed and inertia. We can also now adjust timer, terrorist amount, experience, and timings in this ready room screen. Opposed to before. Let's go daytime. We'll just pop it down to train for now. 60 minutes, 10 terrorists. Now this is the new map, Creek, and it's absolute gorgeous map. They've also added in a feature that once you go 5 or below in the remaining number of terrorists, they just start rushing towards you or working towards you. Where before you would have to run around searching for this last or the 2 last guys around. But yeah, let's get into Creeks and I'll quickly show it off and show off the MK100 or not the M100. So as we load in, you should already now see the lighting inside the game has changed, especially when we look up towards the rays coming in. The graphics slightly changed. So dynamic lighting is in, and you should also hear the ambient sounds has actually been tweaked and updated in here as well. They've done an absolute brilliant work on this map. I absolutely love it. It's hard as hell with terrorists, especially if they are experienced, because they'll most likely see you before you see them. Let's just have a quick run around, see if we can find something to shoot at with our new M100. You can also now, by pushing, if when standing still or crouched, hold down your run button and it will hold your breath as well. You'll notice the edge kind of blurs out. Another thing that's been added is the icon in the bottom right hand corner. Now shows off your ready stance. Whoops, taking fire already. Now shows your ready stance as well, so you can have that weapon up. Oh, that didn't go too well. Hold on. Maybe I should have stayed in my pocket just for the beginning. Hold on, quickly going in again. As I was saying, icon bottom right hand corner shows you your ready stance of your weapon. What's also been added is stamina to your arms and increased weapon sway. The longer you hold a weapon sighting down range, the more increased strain it will put on your arms, and it will decrease your arm stamina. So the longer time you have your weapon up and at the ready, the more it will start to sway. Now they're still adjusting the sway a bit down the line, but it's definitely a neat feature. I like it very, very much. You see right now, it's pretty stable sight line, but if I sit here and just keep looking down, it'll slightly increase and start to move around a bit more in this V-shaped pattern. It's very pronounced right now. So I like that direction they're taking with that fatigue, because a lot of games you can just run around, have your scope up all the time, aiming down sight with no issue at all. You wouldn't do that running around in the woods or moving around too long. It'll start straining on your arms and your sight will definitely deteriorate. So I like that addition. I have no idea where these guys are. This map is absolutely covered in foliage everywhere, and they could just be hiding behind each and every corner. So definitely not a good solo map, but it can be fun playing it as a close range sniping mission if you have to. But taking fire. Anyway, just wanted to show you the map. So new weapons, new maps, new lightings, ambient sounds, a better and tweaked ready room, and my personal feature is absolutely the upgrade to the UI. This is what I enjoy the most. I mean, the graphics in the maps themselves being tweaked, brilliant. But this is just comfort of life increased by 100. A quick thing that I'll bring up in another video, I'll show you in another video, I'll just bring it up. They've also added so you can shoot out lights, and there's light boxes in most buildings. You can actually cut the lights in buildings. If you do a night mission, you're preparing to breach a building where there's light inside. You can actually, in several of them, find the light switch outside, kill the lights either by pulling the lever or damaging the box from range with a sniper shot, and then have the building be complete darkness, and then move in with your night vision. So that's another feature. I'll leave a link to the patch notes below. Go check out Grand Branch. I have a few more videos coming up, but this is just a quick overview of some of the changes. The next video I'm going to be doing is going to be just some pistol running close range on the arenas, just to show off some of the new weapons, and or not new weapons, but some of the new features and lighting, stuff like that. So hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more content on the channel, and until next time, stay safe.